Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fragrant Bunker. It's the end of the year, and with it, we do several videos pertinent to the end of the year, like the best perfumes of the year, but then there's also that holiday season vibe. What are the best perfumes for the holidays? And by that, I don't mean, which are the best perfumes to gift to someone, for the holiday season. If you do celebrate Christmas, to put it under the Christmas tree. If you celebrate any other holidays, to gift them. No, I'm not saying that. I'm more envisioning the holiday season as a variety of days. Like if you're working, usually your job is going to have some form of holiday dinner, uh, Thanksgiving, if somebody celebrates Thanksgiving in some country, dinner with the job. If you're at school, university, whatever, high school, you can meet up with friends. Like there's a holiday meet and greet gathering. There's a party to celebrate the end of the year. There's New Year's Eve. And then there's also meeting up with family. These are all occasions that happen at the end of the year. And for us perfume lovers, each one of these occasions warrants a specific type of perfume. So this is what this video is about. It's my top 5 holiday season perfumes, but for these sort of events. So let's get to it. First, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Get access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. superdacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun. Come join the chats on my main channel where I do live stream. So hello to my co-chatters in the sidebar. And everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged. And just my opinion. First perfume for the holiday season. But first, wait, let me show you this gorgeous background that I prompted Bubbles to generate for us. Look at this gorgeous little venue where the whole family, the whole Fashion Bunker family is going to meet. We have the dinner with the plates with the names of all the people around, everybody seated at a nice little, and I'm going to make it so that we all keep changing places so that we all get to talk with each other. And then here we got more tables and the chandelier. Sia is gonna, she be hanging from the chandelier. Anyway, the first perfume, let's see what it is. Thumb up the video while you're at it. Okay. You know what? Before they released Gabrielle Parfum, I do have it. It's a tiny little bottle, but costs an eye and a kidney, unfortunately, but worth every penny because, oh my God. So before they released Gabrielle Parfum, I really enjoyed for the holiday season 1932 by Chanel. It's a very bubbly, champagne-y 30s type of celebratory fragrance. Matter of fact, I still love 1932 for a New Year's Eve party, very much so. But this video is about holiday perfumes. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, when you're gathering with your friends or family or co-workers and you want to go to a festive event like this for the holiday season, like a nice little soiree dinner, and you want to sparkle like the champagne that you're drinking, and you want to feel that oomph, that just elevation of sophistication, it's this, you guys. It is so decadent, but in the best of way. Gabrielle Parfum, there it is, that concentration. And Chanel is limiting its distribution now. I've been told by my sales associate that they're going to only sell it online at Chanel, no longer in store. So they're limiting quite a bit the distribution of this one. This one feels like $1 million, you guys. This is how Gabrielle should have smelled from the get-go. Gabrielle was first released as an eau de parfum. Then they released Gabrielle eau de parfum intense. Then they released the parfum. And then after that, they released L'eau with the red berries. But this is how it should have always been. And it smells like the best 80s perfume made, and there's a beauty to the depth of this white floral, the tuberose in here. Oh my God. The jasmine in here on another stratospheric level. The ilang ilang in here. The neroli, that orangey tone, the aldehydes, this thing just keeps sparkling, sparkling. And the musks in here, they're just fluffy, like feathers floating in the air, like white, gorgeous, breezy feathers that are covering this room or boudoir we're in celebrating the holiday. I mean, this is such a beautiful party perfume. Holiday party perfume. When you wear this, you will just, you're gonna, how sometimes you feel out of place and a little bit uncomfortable in a situation, and then I do at least, I tend to kind of shut myself up down, like my shoulders, I squish everything together, then I start sweating and I feel so uncomfortable, and then I think I'm sweating, and then I squish myself even more, which makes me even more sweaty, and then I become so self-conscious of it. Oh my God. And then I'm just like cramped the whole evening. I hate that. This perfume is the opposite. This perfume makes you stretch out, open your arms, and just like, it's like, you open up when you wear this. And you just embrace the space you're in, and the space embraces you. It's a beautiful flux. Fabulous. And I will be posting a link in my shopping links, which are, YouTube now does these shopping opportunities for us content creators, which is fabulous, because if you love the perfume and you want to get it anyway, if you get it through my link, then I get a tiny percentage of the sale, but you don't spend more than you would anyway, just letting you know. So check out the link if I do find one, because I don't even know, because like I said, they're limiting more and more the sale of this one. Oh, delicious. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, my number 2 for the holiday season would be, oh man, okay. You know what? Rive Gauche by Yves Saint Laurent. Late 60s masterpiece, early 70s masterpiece. It's like a white floral chypre. Everybody's angry at me when I call this a chypre because they say it's not. To me, it has a chypre DNA and like a salty white floral accord, like a metallic white floral, salty, cold vibe. This, you know what? Let me spray it on. Oh, how I love thee. Oh, Rive Gauche. Oh, man. Oh. This is the holiday perfume to wear at your kind of business dinner. You've just been promoted, or you're kind of going for the promotion. You want that special new position that's opening up, and you are in control of your craft. You are in control of your talent. You know what you're worth to that company, and you've been working really hard the entire year, and now you're celebrating the end of the year with a prospect of growing even further in the next coming year. So the holiday, within the corporate setting, the holiday season perfume is Rive Gauche to me, because it's all of that kind of sophisticated entrepreneurship that almost makes you feel, which is risky in a corporate setting, like almost makes you feel like you're enough. Everybody's really disposable in a corporate setting, obviously, but if you play your cards right and you bond, you know how it goes in a social setting with your colleagues, and you always are friendly to everybody, and you always meet up at all of these gatherings. You don't play the party poopa, and you're always together with your colleagues, and you do socialize with them. Then you also grow within the company, while at the same time wearing Rive Gauche, which is kind of the opposite of that. The first ad campaigns back in the day of Rive Gauche were about this. And by the way, perfumes know no gender in my book. So I know that this was targeted to women, but to me, wear whatever smells good to you on you. But it was targeted to the type of woman that would be, she doesn't need you. She doesn't need anybody. She's sophisticated, very Parisian. She knows exactly what she wants. She's independent, and you are unnecessary to her. Now, the trick is you sniff out that independence through this perfume. So subconsciously, you're sending that signal to your colleagues at the holiday gathering, but at the same time, you're super social and nice and approachable. There's a duality there, you see? And that duality creates tension, and that tension creates attraction. It's a very, very interesting game to play while you're wearing a Rive Gauche at your corporate holiday dinner. Highly recommended. If I do find the link to purchase this one, I shall post it in my shopping links as well. Number 3. This is for your family gatherings, especially if there's a little bit of beef in the family. Noire by Christian Dior. I do have this in all of its iterations. The early 2000s version, which was in eau de cologne, in green by Francis Courjean. And then I do have the Demachy version, the eau de parfum, also green. And then I do have, when Francis Courjean took over Dior directorship of Dior Perfumes, he reformulated his own perfume, took the green color out, and re-released it in this colorway. And this is also an eau de parfum. I do have this in several sizes, but when I travel, I always take my 40 ml because this is very, very travel friendly. When Demachy was at Dior, he only made the 250 ml bottle in the dark green color, eau de parfum, which I also have. And then I was missing a 125 ml size, so I got that one in a 125 ml version as well. Great size to get. Eau Noire is special, and it is going to get discontinued, I've been told. So if I do find a link from Dior to get it, I will post it in my shopping link. So if you love this perfume, get it now, because I don't know when they're going to chop it off. So check out my review of Eau Noire and I've reviewed this one several times in all its different iterations. The cologne, the green eau de parfum, and then the yellow eau de parfum. But here I can tell you this, it is such a baroque perfume. Burnt woods, licorice, fennel. It has like a immortelle, spices, woods. It's also smoky in the dry down. You know, this one is very, very deep and intense. Now, when the first 3 original Collection Privée fragrances were released, and you could get them back in the day at Colette in Paris, IYKYK, 3 were released: Bois d'Argent, Eau Noire, and Cologne Blanche. I can post a link to all 3 of them for the shopping lovers you out there. All 3 are incredible. Actually, those are the 3 best Collection Privée Dior perfumes anyway, together with New Look, but we digress. In my opinion only, of course. So Bois d'Argent was the bestseller. Cologne Blanche and Eau Noire were created by Francis Courjean. Cologne Blanche being a warmer version of a cologne, very fascinating, almondy. It's a bitter almond cologne, gorgeous. And then Eau Noire was actually commissioned by Hedi Slimane, who was the artistic director at Dior Homme back in the early 2000s. He wanted his own signature perfume. And he wanted a baroque perfume. He wanted a dark, foreboding perfume, almost menacing in a way. The licorice is with the spices is omnipresent. It almost suffocates you in the cologne concentration. And Hedi Slimane is credited as the designer of the bottles for these perfumes, which back in the day, in the early 2000s, when you would purchase a 250 ml bottle, you would get a splash bottle. So you unscrew the stopper, and then you would get separately in a little felt black pouch, with the insignia CD for Christian Dior, you would get also the sprayer that you could put on to your bottle, and you could screw it on. It didn't have a stopper anymore then. It would just have the sprayer. A little bit unfortunate because you couldn't really protect it. But then you could also spray the bottle, or you could unscrew that and just use it as a splash bottle. Those bottles were gorgeous, very thin glass, very delicate, designed by Hedi Slimane, so I've been told. These are a little bit cheaper glass, thicker glass used, you know, more streamlined now than what they used to be. But so Eau Noire was a festive signature perfume created for Hedi Slimane, but then also made readily available for everybody else as well. It is a symbol of the early 2000s era. It is a symbol of Hedi Slimane's slim look for men. It is a symbol of the moment when Karl Lagerfeld said, I'm going to go on a diet because I want to be so skinny that I can fit into Hedi Slimane's clothes that he makes for Dior Homme. Everybody was crazy for the Dior Homme silhouette back then. That was Hedi Slimane's, in my humble opinion, that was his prime time. That was the peak. He reached his peak then. He's still famous today. After that, he went to YSL. After that, he went to Celine. Sure, all good and fine. But Hedi Slimane, truth be told, if you know something about fashion history, the culmination of his career, in my humble opinion, was Dior Homme. What he did for Dior Homme was what made him memorable. His signature is Dior Homme, with the little B and the skinny look. And Eau Noire plays into that silhouette. It plays into that time. And in other words, it plays into memory of things that have long gone. Holiday season is somehow painful for some people because maybe you don't meet up with your family the whole year, and then that's the only time of the year you meet up, and there's some friction there. You got to talk about certain things, and you don't want to address certain issues, and you want to avoid talking about certain things. But then somebody gets drunk, and then a conversation starts, and it's like kind of digging up some skeletons out of the closets, and that's what this perfume is about. It's about a burnt mansion in the middle of a forest that you visit, and you discover things that were not completely destroyed in the fire, and through the smell of this, you discover them and you dig them up again, and they kind of come slowly back to life. This is the quintessential family gathering holiday perfume because it is that deep, it is that psychological. It's a bit of a burden, but then again, what holiday isn't when you're spending it with your family? It's amazing on one end, but it's also psychologically a little bit heavy on another side. And those two tropes and characteristics meet and merge in Eau Noire. If I find the link to purchase this one, I shall post it in the purchasing section as well. Thank you so much for helping the channel out. Thumb up the video if you're enjoying it, you guys, as we're heading to number 4. The 4th perfume for the holiday season that I prepped for you guys. Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. And this is the Eau de Parfum, but if you manage to get the discontinued extrait, also amazing. Or if you manage to get the Eau de Toilette, if you prefer that on your skin, also amazing. These are not the flankers of opium. These are the OG opiums. This is not your black opium, your neon opium. No, this is opium, Eau de Parfum, with the black little tublet. Then there's opium Eau de Toilette with the transparent tublet. And the extrait was a splash bottle, but they discontinued it. So this is a warm type of holiday. And I want to say there have been those times due to my work where I would be far away from home during the holiday season and I would be alone. Somehow opium always got me through, the perfume, of course, got me through those days. I would go, like sometimes Christmas, very bah humbug moment. I would go to the movies, I would watch a movie, and I would wear opium. And I would feel like there's somebody there with me because opium is so intense and strong. It kind of helps you survive the depression of the holiday season. Now, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of people are very lonely during the holiday season. And in fact, unfortunately, certain words that we cannot even use on YouTube, but the unaliving of one's self happens quite often during the holiday season, more than other times of the year. Because it gets to people, the loneliness, this pressure from society that you have to be happy, you have to be. You're a loser if your family is not alive and loving you in this time of year. You're a loser if you don't have anywhere to go this time of year. You're a loser if you don't have the money to buy the expensive presents that society is forcing you to buy during this time of year. Many people are alone in this world and don't have a family to go to during the holiday season, or don't have the money to buy nice presents for their kids during this season. Truth be told, you guys, the holiday season is the most vicious and ruthless time of the year for social creatures like human beings, because there's a whole construct of consumerism surrounding the holiday season that forces you into a form of pleasure, a form of conforming to societal norms. Like, no, now is the time to travel to your family, spend days with your family, be with your family, eat with your family, gift stuff to your family, be gifted stuff by your family. It all plays into this. You have to have a job. You have to have a regular job. You have to have regular income. You have to pay all the things that they're telling you to do. You have to be a little uniformed munchkin that follows the rules like a little robot. And a lot of people don't fit into that mold. And so the holiday season is for many, many people a big burden, a very, very difficult time of year to go through, to survive, to really survive. It puts so much pressure on so many people. And it actually, for so many people, instead of making them feel better about themselves, it does the opposite. The holiday season for many people means they start feeling even more isolated. They start feeling even more alone. They start feeling even more misunderstood. One thing leads to the next, and before you know it, you look at the statistics from the morgue and you see how many people did what they did in this time of year. So, opium, in those moments when I have spent the holidays alone, opium has been that character that was with me, gave me that extra little zesty kick and punch, telling me, don't you worry, you will survive this as well. It's a dear old friend, in other words. Perfumes are my friends. And many perfumes have seen me through thick and thin quite a few times in my life. And opium has been there for me so many times in difficult times. So this is why I think opium is a great, great perfume for the holiday season. And if I do find a link to shop for it, I'll add it to my shopping list. Thumb up the video if you're enjoying it and subscribe. We're keeping it mighty real, you guys. Let's not beat around the bush here. Okay, holidays are nice and dandy until they're not. IYK, YK. Last but not least, the number 5 is the queen of all holiday seasons in winter. My number 5 is number 5. Da, 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 da. Oh man. And I got here the 200 ml bottle, which I'm already, look how much I've dented it already. I just got this a couple of weeks ago and I'm already draining it. You know what? Let me spray the jacket. Oh. Love of my life. Seriously. I want to be buried with a bottle of Chanel number 5. What can I say about this perfume? Ernest Beau, who made the Extrait in 1921. This is the Eau de Parfum, was released in the 80s, but of all of the concentrations, the Eau de Parfum is the closest to the Extrait. So, it smells of snow. It smells of crisp days, cold winter, where the snow absorbs sound around you. It almost functions as a sound booth where you feel cocooned and protected. No echoes. Everything is damp and succinct as a sound. And there's that crisp air, oxygen, fresh, crisp oxygen. And you inhale it and you feel alive. It is the best feeling in the world. Seriously, to breathe fresh air that almost tastes of fresh spring water from the mountains. And Chanel No. 5 delivers that abstract notion of that type of snow, but within a context of the right gravitas, the right heft. It's somber in a way. It's solemn in a way. It just, every time I smell Chanel No. 5, I go quiet. I take it down a notch or two and I contemplate. I go automatically in my contemplative state. It's so ultimate. It's so all-encompassing that when I wear Chanel No. 5, Eau de Parfum, or Extrait, or the Eau de Toilette as well, love all of them, I just feel like I am in the right place. You know, I can do anything. I can deal with anything. I can get through anything. I can slow down and make my way through, inch by inch, wiggle my way through the problems, the complications, whatever the issues are. It just gives me peace of mind. And I do believe that if we were to consider holidays as a time of year where we like to have some form of safety vibes, peace of mind, then this is it. Chanel No. 5 is that peace of mind. It's that anchor that kind of always manages to grab me and root me. It grounds me in a very, very comfortable way, in a very pleasant way, in a very harmonious way. Whenever I have an important meeting, situation, anything scheduled really, I will wear Chanel No. 5. It just gives me more self-confidence. It boosts it boosts my own awareness of myself in a good way, not in a bad way. It relaxes me and it lets me know that everything will be okay. Mm. It's so smooth. Really. It ain't a holiday without No. 5. Let's just put it that way. And the 200 ml bottle is just divine. Look at this beauty. And also it's the best ratio, like milliliter cost per ounce. Sorry, it's a bit, I put all my makeup on. The ratio is really, really good for this one. So because it's around $258 for a 200 ml bottle. For Chanel standards, that's great. That's like $120 for 100 ml. You know what I'm saying? So $125. So that means if you buy the 100 ml bottle, it's $170. So you're saving 50. Girl math here. So it's $100 cheaper to buy this than to get 2 bottles of the 100 ml. Plus, it's just so beautiful to have this giant bottle. I wish they made even 400 ml of the EDP. I would buy it. I would even buy the 400 ml. But this is the 200 ml, and what can I say? It is. Look at it. I mean, it's ginormous in the hand. It's like really, really big. But I mean, look at the 35 ml next to it. It's so teeny tiny. And the Chanel Les Exclusives big bottles are also 200 ml. Here's Comet, coincidentally. They're both 200 ml, but also Chanel charges you $500 for this eau de parfum and $258 for this one. And they're both eau de parfum. They're both the same size. So you see, there's something wrong here. Before they catch up and catch on to the price discrepancy, and before they up the price of these to match more this price, I would say get this as long as you can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know your favorite perfumes for the holiday season, if you have any. And if you don't, because you might just not like the holiday season, that's okay too. Just say you don't like it. You know, it's always good to know, always good to hear your opinions and thoughts on perfume and life in general in the comment sections. And you do leave amazing comments in the comment sections. I love the comments on Essentially Dacob because they're always so thought out and emotional and personal and intimate. And that's what perfumes are at the end of the day. They allow us to become more intimate. Perfumes allow us to open up more. They allow us to connect with ourselves more because they're an intimate experience, but also they allow us to connect with others because people share their experiences with others. So let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. Have a wonderful holiday season, as good as you can have, of course. We're all fighting through this. We're all trying to survive here. And until next time, never forget to never give up on fragrant love. Bye. Thumb up the video.